Reading comprehension. In this section, you will read 3 texts on music in different perspectives. The first one will enlighten you about the effective role of music in our lives, the second reflects on the life of the famous music composer, Ludwig van Beethoven, and the third is a poem by William Wordsworth where he appreciates the melody of a song. Read the texts carefully and answer the questions that follow. Text I. Role of music in life. Today, we are rushing through life and everyone seems to be pressurized and stressed about one or the other thing. Stress has become an inescapable part of our lives. Many of our illnesses are a result of stress, and to deal with it, we need certain ways to relax our body and mind. Listening to music, particularly gentle, calming and melodious music, relaxes people both physically and mentally. Music releases endorphins, the natural painkillers in our brain, which relieve us from the sense of pain. Music can normalize heart rate and blood pressure. The common occurrences of fatigue and boredom decrease when we listen to music. It diverts our attention from everyday anxieties, thereby reducing the stress caused by such concerns. While meditating, listening to music helps us to connect with our soul. Students can improve their concentration and boost their memory by listening to soft music. Soothing music, when played at night, helps us to rest and relax for a good night's sleep. Listening to good music helps in overcoming negative traits such as anger or worry, thereby improving our personality. It creates positive energy and happiness. Every cell in the body becomes energetic with increased peace of mind. Music is a therapy for everyone, plants, birds, animals and human beings, to flourish and rejuvenate. It certainly plays an important part in making the world better for all living beings. Text 2. Beating the odds. The musical accomplishments of composer Ludwig van Beethoven have been all the more remarkable for the fact that he lost his hearing ability from an early age. He developed the symptoms of tinnitus, a constant sound of ringing in his ears that made it difficult for him to hear. He is compared to Mozart for his genius, and is considered the most eminent musician after Mozart. Although his formal education never went beyond the elementary level, he trained in music under Joseph Haydn. He has always been acclaimed as a brilliant piano maestro. His father and grandfather were the court musicians of a German prince. Young Ludwig was often made to perform for his father's drinking companions in the middle of the night, and was even beaten if he protested. For the first 30 years of his life, Beethoven could listen to and play music effortlessly. As a result, he understood sounds of musical instruments and the pitch of the singing voices. He knew the harmony between music and singing before he became completely deaf. His deafness was not sudden, but a gradual decline. This slow process of losing his hearing activated his mind to imagine how his compositions would sound like. When he became completely deaf, he started to observe the vibrations of the piano. The observations helped him realize that he could not hear the high notes of the piano. To be able to hear his own compositions, he sawed off the legs of his piano. The piano touched the floor, and Beethoven would press his ear to the floor, banging the piano keys to listen to the high notes in his compositions. The most significant aspect of Beethoven's character was that he did not give up. With a brave heart, he confronted the greatest challenge a musician can face, and continued living his dream of composing music. Deafness could not deter him from achieving the pinnacle of musical success. He fought against the greatest obstacle and won. His quality of never giving up strengthened him. It made him come to terms with his deafness in a dynamic and constructive way. These qualities led him to become a famous composer. Text 3. Read the poem carefully and answer the question that follows. The Solitary Reaper. Behold her, single in the field. Yon solitary Highland lass. Reaping and singing by herself. Stop here, or gently pass. Alone she cuts and binds the grain. And sings a melancholy strain. Oh, listen! For the vale profound is overflowing with the sound. No nightingale did ever chaunt more welcome notes to weary bands of travelers in some shady haunt among Arabian sands. A voice so thrilling ne'er was heard. In springtime from the cuckoo bird, breaking the silence of the seas, among the farthest Hebrides, will no one tell me what she sings? Perhaps the plaintive numbers flow for old, unhappy, far-off things, and battles long ago. Or is it some more humble lay, familiar matter of today? Some natural sorrow, loss, or pain, that has been, and may be again. Whatever the theme, the maiden sang, as if her song could have no ending. I saw her singing at her work, and o'er the sickle bending, I listened, motionless and still. And, as I mounted up the hill, the music in my heart I bore, long after it was heard no more. William Wordsworth. knrenglish.com. Bhavya Sri Academy.in